A girl was about to go to the toilet in the train, but as soon as she reached the number 5 bogie, she lost consciousness because the toilet in the bogie had mysteriously disappeared. She was not able to believe her eyes. Afraid, she immediately told this to the train attendant. As soon as the attendant saw the empty track, he got scared from inside, but then he smiled and said that the number 5 bogie was not there. Gradually, as more passengers had to go to the toilet, everyone began to understand that something was wrong. Then a man came forward and said that some of his friends were sitting in the number 5 bogie. Why is the attendant lying? Now, when the matter was not hidden, the attendant said that there was a technical defect in the bogie. That's why it has been left in the last tunnel and is being repaired. But the truth was that even the attendant himself did not know anything, because the system of cutting every bogie of the train is under his control. In this case, no one had any idea how the bogie disappeared. When the train manager tried to see the CCTV, only shivering lines were visible on the screen, and the whole system failed. He gave strict instructions to the attendant that no one has to tell the truth. But then the train entered a black tunnel, and the passengers of the number 4 bogie were about to endure the same hell that the number 5 people had endured. As soon as the train reached the middle of the tunnel, a strange, loud scream began to echo. Before he could understand anything, an invisible force twisted the neck of a passenger. Then one by one, all the passengers began to die, as if a ghost had climbed on someone, and he began to speak in a strange language. A courageous photographer wanted to shoot all this, but then a terrifying soul appeared from above, which twisted him in just one look. There, a girl of the number 3 bogie saw the scene, but she could not understand what had happened. By then, all the people of the number 4 bogie had died. As soon as the train came out of the tunnel, the bogie cut itself and left behind, and forever it got stuck in the black darkness. People ran after hearing the scream, but there was no bogie there anymore. When the girl told the truth, everyone understood that whenever the train goes into the tunnel, a bogie sacrifices ghosts. That is, now the next number is of the number 3 bogie. To save her life, the girl suggested that she hide in the number 2 bogie. But there was a business class where only rich people and big railway officials were sitting. They were not allowing ordinary passengers to enter. Now there were only 3 bogies left in the train, and only 10 minutes to the next tunnel. Now the owner of this railway also understood the seriousness of the situation, because when this line was being made, the villagers warned that if you cut the jungle, the spirits will take revenge. But then these things were ignored as blind faith. Now the result was in front of everyone. No system of the train was working, and the contact with the control center was broken. Then a passenger quietly entered the number 2 bogie. But in the luxury of that place, his cheap look started to hide everyone. He just quietly sat in a corner. Till now, the people there had no idea of the real danger. Then the train entered another tunnel. Darkness spread all around. The light of the number 3 bogie began to flash, and then suddenly the army of ghosts appeared in the middle of the bogie. Everyone started shivering with fear. Someone was afraid to breathe. Then a girl fell down in fear, and at that moment, a ghost came over her head. Then the massacre began. No one was left in the number 3 bogie. All this scene was seen by the people hiding on the banks of the number 2 bogie. As soon as the train left the tunnel, the number 3 bogie also cut and left behind. Now it was the turn of the number 2 bogie men. Everyone was in terror, and the train manager began to call for an emergency brake. Now when nothing was left hidden, the manager told the truth. As soon as the train left, the system failed. Now this train was running like an uncontrollable horse, and no one could stop it.